there was a little boy who lived by the coast, like we do now, and every morning he would go out for a walk on the beach. And one night there'd been a really, really bad storm, and there were thousands and thousands of starfish had been washed up onto the shore. And the little boy walked down the beach. And coming the other way was an old chap with his dog. And he says, "Hey, lad, what's they doing? What difference can you possibly make to this lot?" And he picks up one starfish and says, "But it made a difference to that one." And this is Starfish Tale. This is a true story. This is something that happened to me a good few years ago now. I used to work in a place called Halifax, and I lived in a place called Torquay, and it was about a 50-minute journey on the bus to get from one to the other. So every night I would get on the bus. It was absolutely packed. I'd get on at the bus station, and it was always chocker till about halfway down the journey, and then it would start to ease off, you know. This particular evening I decided in my wisdom I wanted a magazine from the newsagents, so I got on at the next bus stop, which was fatal because when I got on the place was already packed. And I don't know if you remember, in the olden days, buses used to have two seats that faced each other at the back, them horrible ones that went over the wheels. Well, they were the only seats available because nobody wanted to sit on them, did they? So I went and I sat on this seat, going sideways, and I got out my magazine, and this lady walked onto the bus. Hair, long, greasy, stuck to her head down to here. Her coat was filthy. She had a 2-litre bottle of vodka in her pocket, and she staggered onto the bus. She sat down next to me, put her head on my shoulder, went Well, the bus set off. I'm pinned, this person on my shoulder. Now, I happen to have a very strong spiritual faith, and as clear as that, it sounds strange to say with a voice, but it was something inside me said, "Tell her that I love her." Can't do that. If anybody had been watching me, the magazine never turned a page because I wasn't actually reading it. I was having this internal argument in my head about this woman on my shoulder and whether I should tell her that God loved her or not. And this went on all the way from Halifax. We got to a place called Maidenroyd, and she got up and got off the bus. It's okay. As the bus was about to set off, bang, bang, bang on the door, "That's not my stop!" And she comes right there and sits down. Right, okay, no, I can't do it. She's drunk. She won't understand what I'm talking about. She wouldn't know the difference if I said it or I didn't say it. What's the point? I'm not telling her that you love her. I'm not looking stupid telling her she's drunk that you love her. We made our way all the way to Topmerden. And in Topmerden, the bus turns into the bus station, and you can get, where I lived, you could get off and go under the viaduct as a shortcut to the main road, or you could walk round to the main road. As I got off the bus, I said, "Okay then, God, if I bump into her again, I'll tell her, all right." Got off the bus as she's snoring. Went through the shortcut. As I hit the main road, she walked straight into me. And I just, okay, I give up. So I just said, you know, this is going to sound really strange to you, but I just want you to know God loves you. So we started talking. The next thing I know, I'm saying, "Do you want some tea, love? Come on with me." So I'm taking her on for tea. Now, my mum has got no idea about this. She doesn't know what's happening. Little did I know that a friend of mine had turned up that afternoon, was a bit posh. Like, I'm Debbie, but she had to be Deborah. And my mum was making ocean pie. Oh no, she couldn't have that. She had to have a piece of fish. She would only eat fish if it was in a piece. So my mum had all that going on. We arrived at our back door. As my mum's about to open the back door, because I couldn't get my key out because she's got my hand clamped by it, she pulls out 2 boxes of vodka and says, "I don't want to go in with them. All them." So my mum opens the door to me with 2 bottles of vodka and a drunk and said, "Hi Mum, I'm home for tea." So we came in, she sat down, she started to chat, and as she's chatting, this piece of fish obviously got really good. So I've got this really well-to-do posh friend who's very particular, and she didn't even draw breath. She's talking away, and over went the fork, in went the fork, over came the fish and onto her plate, and she ate it. And fortunately, my friend just took it in her stride. Really good. As the evening wore on, she obviously began to sober up, and she started to become more aware of the way that she looked. And she was doing this all the time, and she wouldn't sit on the furniture, she would only sit on the floor. And time to go, that's fine. As she got to the back door, and she was about to go, I said to her, I bet you didn't know you were going to have fish for your tea tonight, did you? She said, no, because I was going home to hang myself. Oh, that's my starfish story. And I'm sure there's lots of people have those, and maybe you even have those stories that you don't know about. In a way, I was fortunate enough to find out my ending and as to why I had to do what I'd done. Whether she ever did eventually do that, I don't know. But she didn't that night.